What was your first actual coaching in martial arts?
My first coaching, that was the gym at Finney's MMA.
And how old were you then?
I was 18. I started as soon as I got out of high school, man, because school wasn't for me at the time, man. You know what I'm saying? I was like, not taking it seriously, but, I just always wanted to be a part of martial arts, when I was younger. And I knew that wrestling was going to be a great foundation to start in. So when I was in middle school, got into high school, whatever, I got into wrestling. And then after that, after I graduated, went to Finney's MMA
so when
in
you
2012.
Were wrestling in high school, were you thinking that you were doing this to prepare to fight?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, yes, sir. Well, I mean, low-key, but, I knew, that's what I wanted to do, and it was the closest thing to a discipline, to a martial arts discipline, is wrestling. That's the only thing.
And probably the most important thing.
I wasn't good at football, wasn't good at basketball, wasn't good at baseball, you know what I mean? Couldn't catch water if I fell out of a boat, you know what I'm saying? So my biggest thing was, I never really liked sports anyway. It's just martial arts, and the only thing that I could apply those skills to was wrestling, because my mom didn't want to put me into, any karate. All that stuff costs money, at the end of the day, but wrestling was free.
And so when you first got into actual coaching, you already knew how to kick then, just from watching movies and shit.
Somewhat. I wouldn't say I actually knew how to kick, but that's where it's imitation. You know what I'm saying? Life imitates art, right? Mm-hmm. So that's my biggest thing. It's just I used to watch these guys and you got to realize these guys that's playing or actors are real martial artists.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So they using real techniques at the end of the day. So I just get to look at that and use it and just apply it. I love one of my favorite movies to watch is Blood and Bone. With Michael Jai White, with Kimbo Slice, and it's a lot of techniques that he uses that I'm like, oh, bro, that'd be dope to, pull off, So, yeah, I would say, that was my start into martial arts was the movies, but my real, actual training started when I was 18.
And so when you were 18, how long was it before you had your first fight?
Right, it actually didn't take long. I think it was, a little bit of, 9 months, 10 months into training, and I had my first fight.
Was it an MMA fight?
Yeah, it was an MMA fight. Yeah, so in Missouri and St. Louis, whatever. So as amateurs, we didn't need the headgear. We didn't need to wear shin guards and nothing. So you fought like a pro. Really? The only thing that you couldn't do was heel hooks and knee to the head.
No heel hooks?
No heel hooks, yeah.
Interesting.
No heel hooks.
Yep. But all the other submissions were okay?
Yeah, and no elbows. Yeah, every other submission was cool. And no elbows, no knees, no cuts, and then no heel hooks. That was only rule.
So just a few limitations.
Yeah.
And so did they have a comprehensive amateur program there? Or was it balanced? Were you fighting someone that had experience, or were you just fighting another person?
No, I was just fighting another person, man. I don't think it was balanced yet, even in 2012, everybody had the showdown. So the promoter, putting fights together and everything, but people were still trying to figure out actually the gym wise or how to, develop a fighter, if that makes sense, because I feel still to this day that a lot of MMA gyms still not doing it right, but that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. So a lot of these guys that was in amateur fighting just wanted to fight just to get a feel for it, and those the type of guys I was fighting almost at the amateur